All right, we got it.
What's up?
I don't know what happened here.
Oh no!
Okay.
All right.
Oh no. It just worked a minute ago.
It did. We played the
All
whole
right.
song.
Da 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 da. Urbana pregame show. On Periscope, we are here getting ready for the first session at the Urbana pregame show. So every night at 6:45, join us here. We're going to do exclusive interviews, behind the scenes. I'm Andy Kim from the Social Media Squad.
And I'm Brittany Small. And
Brad, I'm behind the camera right now, but I'll be joining some of the conversation. Let's go.
So if you're like any one of us, you're new to Periscope and you're like, what the heck is that? We just learned about what Periscope is a couple of weeks ago. Periscope is this great new live streaming video app that integrates with Twitter, where you can watch live content and you can interact with other people through the Periscope native app or at our Periscope website, periscope.tv/Urbana Missions. So we're going to use this all throughout the week to talk about the conference, whether you're here with us in St. Louis or whether you're watching from at home live streaming, #Urbana15 at home. Or if you want to get a backstage access of the worship team, get to meet some of the speakers, we're going to do that all here on Periscope app. So if you like what you're hearing, why don't you share this? If you have an Android device, you can swipe up, or if you have an iOS, you can swipe left. Oh, and somebody's singing happy birthday right now. Someone's birthday. So people are already gathered. People have been coming in from all over North America. 16,000 students, missionaries, exhibitors, staff, volunteers to spend 1 week here in St. Louis at the Edwards-Jones Dome and the America Center to discern God's calling in their lives and how they could partner with Him in global missions. So everyone's excited and stoked, and we are going to get started. The doors are going to open any minute now, and so we already have a crowd. It looks like a couple hundred people are gathered. Yeah. And so tonight what we wanted to do is we just want to talk about what is your story, because that's the theme of this conference. What is your story? We're looking at the book of Matthew. We're exploring the story of God, the story of Christ, the story of people in the book of Matthew, and the story of our world. And so we wanted to take some time and maybe meet some students, and for me, Brad, and Brittany to share a little bit of our stories around Urbana. And if you're watching this on Periscope, we'd love for you to type in, what's your story? Oh, the doors have opened. You see the crowds of people. So we want you to write in the comments, just right below, what's your story with Urbana? Maybe you don't even know what Urbana is. You're like, what the heck is all this crazy stuff happening? For me, my story is I came to Urbana when I was a college student in the year 2003. And for me, like, I grew up in church. I grew up, believing in global missions. That it was something that we do as Christians. But I really didn't understand what did it mean for me as a Christian to give my whole life for God's global mission? And what did it look like for me as a Korean American Christian to partner with God's global church around the world? Because my people, the Korean Americans, if any of you have been to a Korean American church, or if you're Korean, you know we have a heart for missions and the globe. And one of the things that Urbana was able to do is fan that flame, but also help me to think, how can I, as an American, Korean American, partner with God's global church? To hear voices. This conference, we have amazing voices from the global church that are speaking. Not just North Americans, not just kind of Western Christian celebrities, but we really wanted to bring voices from around the world to speak into us and to help us to enter into the world. And that's what I experienced in 03, is seeing God's kingdom enlarged from just my small world of my Korean immigrant church in Chicago to a much bigger picture. So that's my story. What's your story? Why don't you type in the comments? What are you experiencing? And Brad's reading some of the comments.
Yeah, big shout out to, but I only have a handle, so Hughes Baby Doll, because apparently your son's here, but also you giving a shout out from South Carolina, and user first name I think Vaughn talked about just how Urbana shaped some of your cross-cultural intelligence and gave you an awareness of what God does cross-culturally. So thanks y'all for those comments. Keep sending them in. We're enjoying seeing just how God intersected your life in Urbana. Shout out from Florida, Yvonne Rivendell. Hey, nice to see you.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we have someone who traveled a really long way. All right.
Hi,
So, what's your name?
I'm Robert.
Robert. Where did you come from?
I came from St. Louis.
What? No way.
I went to church this morning, then just drove over here. It was good. We were good.
Such a long way.
Robert,
hard.
what is it like to have Urbana, the largest student missions conference in the world, in your hometown?
It is very convenient. I don't need a hotel. I can just come here. Wow, I sound like a jerk. I can just come, find a parking. Okay, I have to pay for parking. And then I can just experience Urbana.
Nice. And you said this is your third Urbana?
Yes.
Awesome. What are you expecting or wanting God to do, or how you want Him to meet you this week?
I'm really looking forward to the prayer ministry. So getting the chance to have God meet me there.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thanks, Robert. It was nice to meet you.
No problem.
Have fun.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see you later. Yeah, take care.
Thanks, man.
Bye.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
Enjoy, sir.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
well, here-
what are your stories? And maybe some of you are walking over here right now. Maybe some of you are just chilling. Doors open at 6:30. The session doesn't start till 7:30. So this is kind of an hour buffer. You could see all the people that are flowing in because they want to get good seats. Because worship is going to kick off at 7:30. It's going to be hot. They're doing some great. Incredibly exciting, passionate music from a diversity of backgrounds and styles from all over the world. Diversity, and it's going to be amazing. So you're going to want to live stream. So if you're at home watching, you can live stream some of the worship at www.urbana.org. You can live stream the talks today. We're going to hear from Tom Lynn, who's the director of Urbana. We're going to get to hear from presidents from InterVarsity USA, InterVarsity Canada, and HBU, which is our three sister movements that are hosting this conference together. We have 16,000 people here, representatives from 88 different countries. We have over 200 missions agencies and different exhibitors who are here. So it's going to be an awesome, awesome party, and we want to bring it to you here, behind the scenes, exclusive footage through Periscope. So we want to hear where are you guys watching from? So I know there's a bunch of people who are watching us live. Where are you guys watching from? If you're in the dome, tell us which section you're at. We want to hear from you. And if you're on your way here, if you want to come and say hi to us right here in the lobby,
Yes.
we are at Entry A lobby. We want to give you a little gift. So come and say hi to us.
Yeah,
if you see this, come and find us, and we got some goodies that we want to give you, okay?
And big up to Matt Runyon, just commented and said, Urbana clarified his call to reach students. Like so many other missionaries, God clarified his calling to a certain mission field. So we love that you commented to us, Matt. And come and visit us. We'd love to see y'all.
Yeah,
over here.
we got some goodies. We got some stuff that we want to hand out to you. So we got some people that are waiting here to share their story. But what is your Urbana story? What is your story? And we want to hear those stories and share those stories and receive the stories. So Brad, I want to ask you, man, what's your Urbana story? Tell us a little bit about your story.
Pass the mic to me. Shout out to Bethel University in section 137. I did see y'all.
Yeah.
Big shout out. Man, my Urbana story. Man, I think I came to Urbana because my new wife. So my wife was all of 6 months was going, and I wanted to go with her. I was a new staff. My first man, I was a new husband, feeling called to staff, and. When I went to Urbana, I just really wanted to see God show up and just speak. So I would say, man, like so many other people, Urbana gave me like Matt Runyon, it gave me a clarity to his call on my life. It gave me an awareness of just how big God is. But more than that, I think it built. There was something imparted to me spiritually. It built a missional. It gave me maybe a missional toughness. As I listened to some of the leaders from around the world share about what God was doing in their part of the world, it just gave me, it imparted some spiritual toughness to my walk. And every Urbana after that. So I went to Urbana in 2003 first, and I've been to everyone after that. And every year I'm inspired with some kind of missional or spiritual toughness, where my heart is both engaged to mourn with those who mourn, but also to rejoice with those who rejoice around the world. So and I'm hoping for that. I know God's going to do that this year, and we're expecting a lot. So, all right, we turn it back over to Andy and Brittany. They got some folk that they want y'all to meet.
Yeah. Well, hope you guys are having a good night. If those of you who are at Urbana, hope you're on your way here. The arena is getting filled up, so a lot of the good seats are getting taken. So you better hustle. People are excited, and this is going to happen every session because people are hungry to meet the Lord. They're hungry to hear from His Word, and that's what happened. And if you're watching at home and you're like, what the heck is this thing, this Urbana thing, this like weird missions Christian thing, go to www.urbana.org, and you can live stream and check out why 16,000 young people would gather in St. Louis in the middle of December to spend a week listening for God's voice. And maybe God might want to speak to you. God might want to share something to you and reveal Himself to you in a new way. And you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. We're even doing Yik Yak here. And one of the things for us as a social media squad, we really believe is that God calls us to steward everything that He gives us. And one of the things that He's given us is social media. And we all know that social media can be a very dark place. It can be a very challenging place. And if you're watching this, you know about social media and the issues with it. And part of our call, we believe, as Christians, is to take things that may be not always used for the best, but use it for good. Use it to give hope. Use it to share the good news of Jesus Christ. Use it to build community across geographical barriers, across cultural barriers, and even across language barriers. Through Periscope, we've got to meet people from Ukraine, from Paris, from Russia, who've just kind of tweeted in. And sometimes it's a little weird because we don't know how to communicate, but God's using it. So that's why we're on social media. We want to redeem this. And part of our call, we believe, as missionaries of the gospel, is to go into the world and to love God's people and to love people and share. So I think we got some stories. Are we almost ready? We got this awesome story that we want to share with you, but they're actually calling their friend because they don't even believe the story is true, but they just heard the story.
Yes, I have a little treat in the meantime.
Oh, okay.
This is a separate story.
Come on in.
And it's not very long.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a pretty short story. So one of my friends typed in St. Louis, I guess, into their GPS, and they ended up in St. Louis, Michigan, instead of St. Louis, Missouri. So they ended up adding 7 hours to their trip, which was pretty fun. So God was definitely testing their patience.
You want to say a shout out to your friend or friends?
Yeah, shout out to Austin Kitchen and Xander Arroyos for pulling that off.
What camp are you from?
University of Delaware.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
And Jessica, is this your first Urbana?
First
or-
Urbana, yeah.
Nice. Okay, so as you are in line, ready to go into the dome for the first time, what are you expecting or anticipating in tonight's general session?
I'm expecting it, I don't know, I'm just kind of going in with an open heart, blank slate, and just letting anything that happens happen. I don't know, I don't really have any expectations, but yeah, just letting it all happen.
Great, cool, excellent. Well, thanks for sharing your friend's story with us. You're welcome. We hope they get here soon.
Yeah, I think they got here soon.
Our friends from Periscope says, welcome to Urbana.
Yeah.
Cool, awesome. Thanks, Jessica.
All right, thank you.
Have a good night.
Well, and everyone has a story of getting here, and one of the cool things about Urbana is this year, out of the 16,000 participants, over 50% of our conference are either ethnic minority or international. And so the diversity here in this room, in this hall, is astounding. And one of the things that we want to cultivate at Urbana is not being just missionaries when, like later on in life when you leave college and you go overseas, but how can you cultivate the heart of a missionary now, today, right where you are on your campus, in your job, with your family? And part of that is learning how to navigate different cultures, navigating differences. And so we have a diverse group of participants. We have an incredible diverse group of speakers. You go to urbana.org and you can find a whole list of speakers from all over the world. And so if you're here at Urbana, you should be ready to hear lots of diverse viewpoints, lots of diverse perspectives from all over the world, from even all over North America, the United States and Canada. Perspectives that might challenge us, perspectives that might cause us to think, perspectives that might even cause us to have a knee-jerk disagreement. But one of the great things about the gospel is that we're called to be servants. So even as we listen and as we hear things that are new or strange or experience things, we can enter with a posture of servanthood, a posture of openness. And so that's the invitation for all of us here at Urbana. And if you're watching at home, that's something that we all pray for, right? We want to be people of grace, people of peace, people of openness and love and humility. So that's what we're trying to do here at Urbana. And man, okay, Brittany's going to find the story. We might have to bring you that story later. Hey, Brittany! Brittany! We're going to wrap this baby up. Is it?
I think they just gotta tell their story.
Okay.
Two guys that are a little camera shy. But
Okay.
Periscopers, can you give them a little love? All right. Can you start liking this a lot? They've got a great story. All right.
Yeah, so we're hyping the story up. So you might want to share this. So if you swipe up on Android or you swipe to the left on iOS, you can share it.
Play a song for
Oh, play, dude! My melodica was totally working all day, and now it's not working. So this is what we're gonna do.
Hey, Andy. Andy's going to give you our theme song. He's going to give it to you right now. If it works for him often.
Yeah.
Lord of the universe. That's what somebody
All
commented.
right, Andy, that was amazing.
Oh, okay. You want to introduce our?
We've got two gentlemen coming from San Diego, California. This is Daniel and Nathan. All right. Tell us your crazy travel story.
So on the plane, there was a little more than turbulence. We may or may not have been struck by lightning 3 times. But the adventure didn't stop there.
After that, we got in a taxi. This was about, I would say, 1 in the morning, 12:30, 1 in the morning. We were getting on the freeway just as we were talking about how dangerous the conditions were and how you have to check your tires all the time. The tire popped on the taxi, right in the middle of the freeway. So instead of pulling out to the exit, the driver decides to merge 4 lanes over on the freeway.
On a flat tire?
On a flat tire.
What? No way.
Awesome.
Meanwhile, we can smell the burning rubber coming through the car. So yeah, that was kind of an adventure. After a while, we had to just pull over to the side, wait for a little bit until his friend came and rescued us. But yeah.
And then what happened after that? How'd you guys? Did you get another taxi?
Yeah, he called his buddy, his taxi friend, and then they ended up driving us. We didn't get here till about, say, 1:32.
Oh gosh. All right. So how long were you guys traveling for?
They started in San Diego. So what time did you guys? 3 o'clock in San Diego.
Okay.
Didn't get to the hotel till about 2.
All right. Long day.
Yeah, very long day,
But we made it here. We're here.
Yay!
Urbana
And are you
2018.
excited?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is this your first Urbana?
It is.
Ma'am, it is.
Awesome. So how do you guys want God to meet you here this week?
I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. I mean, this Urbana is always really hyped up, like from a lot of staff and stuff. So I want to see like the experience that you get here, just hearing all these speakers here, and just like, I guess the magnitude amount of people here, just to see, you know, how God can move through you in that way.
That's great. What about you, Daniel?
I've heard that Urbana is the closest thing to experiencing heaven because it's a multitude of different ethnicities all worshiping and coming together. So I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, that's a great reason to be excited. Awesome. Well, gentlemen, thanks so much for sharing your story with us.
Yeah, and we want to give you a little gift.
We have a little gift for you.
Dude, so
There we go.
the
Pay
Urbana
attention,
pregame show.
community.
If you find,
You get gifts when you see us.
Okay,
You get
check this
gifts.
out. You know, so
see the sign,
it's going to
we
be a
give
long
gifts,
day.
okay?
It's going to be a long week here at Urbana. So you're going to need your energy. So for you, sir, I want to give you a Snickers bar. All right. If you need a minute, it's
kill 'em.
Snickers, delicious, peanuts, and healthy. And for you, sir, okay. All right, for you, I have a very special
$100.
chocolate chip Cliff Bar. No, and check this out. No, dude. So, okay. All right. This has 100% of your daily requirement. No, it has 10% of your vitamin A.
Hey, that's gonna be my lunch.
There you go.
Yo, thank you
Yeah,
guys.
thanks so
very
much,
much.
guys.
Yeah, man. Have
Appreciate
a great week. Urbana sure awesome
awesome.
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right,
Cool.
guys.
Thanks, guys.
Great. All right, guys.
See ya.
All right, so that just about does it for us at the pregame show. So every night at 6:30, join us for the pregame show. We're going to have really cool interviews. Tomorrow we're going to have some very special things for you. And actually tomorrow morning we're going to do a morning edition of our pregame show. So after your manuscript study ends at around 10:15 or so, we're going to start at 10:30. So wherever you are, tune us in, or you can replay later. It's going to be a really cool exclusive. We're going to go backstage and show you some really cool people. So whether you watch it live, whether you catch the replay, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and on Periscope. Download the app. Tell your friends to get the app, because this is going to be really cool. And we hope that social media can build community while we're here at Urbana. And for those of you watching at home, you could actually feel a sense of the community that we have here. And we want to invite you at home into our Urbana community. So join us, stream us live tonight, www.urbana.org. And we'll be live tweeting. So tweet at Andy or Brittany or Brad. And we will see you later, Urbana.
Explain the name of our theme song.
The name of our theme song?
What is it?
Did we even get that far?
No, it's... It's like Urbana theme song pregame. We'll figure out the words. We're still working on it, but we will.
In the works.
Yeah, we'll have it better for you tomorrow. So, those of you at Urbana, have a great session. It's going to start in about 10 minutes, so get ready.
Get ready.
And those of you at home, start streaming, and we will see you soon.
Yep. See you,
All
Urbana.
right.
Bye.
Hey, take us out with that good thing.
Oh, yeah,
that's a great
And
idea.
Brittany, sign made by Brittany.
Dun, dun, dun.